Good morning all, and it's Sunday Q&A again. Right, this week, things I like the most about the job. Got quite a few responses to this, surprisingly. I was just kind of whittering away on my usual nonsense, but Turbo Toz says, London is a terrible place for a driver. Now I know my mate Dave will probably disagree with me because he drives a black cab all the time, but it's hard work. It's can't turn here, red route, box junction, oh no, I've been caught in the camera, oh no, don't give me a ticket. As opposed to, I had a job this week delivering chairs to Tesco's around Lincolnshire, and I picked up 10 minutes away from my house and I plotted the route on that Route Warrior map thing, which is still rather good, I would say, and free if you use less than 8 stops, which I was dead on 8 stops, and I just went bang, 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 and I wound up in Boston at 3 o'clock, not a hope in hell of getting a job out of Boston, and drove the 2 hours home empty, but it's $2.20 for the day, and it was easy. Lincoln is like someone's giving you your own private island. There are times when I'm driving around on the roads and there is nobody there, except for these rather scary rivery things that go down the bank into the river, but it's okay because you're protected because every 400 yards is a small black post. But there are certain places which are nice to go to, certain places are easier to go to. The difficulty you might find is the places you don't want to go to are the places where all the work is. But, you're quite right. London is hard work. A gold member started this Thursday. He ended up on a multi-drop going London to Blackpool. He quoted it. He was happy enough. He said, I know why I got it now. It's a long way to go, that, my friend. But he said it's all part of the learning curve. Yes, it is. No one gets it right first time. I'm still getting it wrong. And I probably will still getting it wrong in 10 years' time. So, I'm pleased that you're cracking on. Well done, my friend. The artist I mentioned in there. Harper Valentine said the artist I was thinking of was Turner. And Al, from my mate, my business partner, Turner, said, was the artist Van Gogh. Actually, the guy I was thinking of was Monet, the watercolours geezer, because I'm sure he did loads of them. He was all into colour shifting and stuff like that. But thank you for the update anyway. And Nick, I'll take that resemblance, that geezer out of Game of Thrones. I like him. He was Yosser Hughes, I seem to remember, back in Voice and Black stuff. What else we got going on here? Yorkshireman's Daily Grind. He said, yeah, you're right, you don't get any time to stop and stare. He said, I was down in Farnham this week. He said, I'm at the gate at 6:30. No, and then he had to go, so I think it was Farnham was his second drop. And all you're doing all the time is, got to get it on as quickly as possible, got to get it there as quickly as possible, got to get it off, got to get the next one. It is, if you want to make the money, it is a little bit crazy. Although I do think sometimes it's in your interest to just, when you're at loading, just take, my mate Simple Brian told me about this, he said, just take 5 minutes out. Just take 5 minutes to make sure you've got everything on board, to check you've got the right paperwork, to check that you're going to the delivery address, not the invoice address. I did that once in the beginning. I drove it an extra hour and ended up at the people's office, and then I had another hour coming home because I went to the wrong place. Just take 5 minutes and you'll save yourself a load of time in the long run. He's right, it's good advice. What else we got going on here? HGV Alliance. He said he used to love tipping in London markets on a Friday night. You've got to let me know where that is, mate. I'm guessing if it's a Friday night, it's probably going to be one of the fruit markets, in which case it's either Nine Elms or Spitalfields, the new Spitalfields. It'd be fruit or flowers, I would think, because the markets that we used to run would start, you'd get there at 7 in the morning, and you'd pack up about 5, and then leave. So they didn't tend to be. There is one night one I know that runs in Bermondsey. There used to be a charter, and you were allowed to sell stolen goods on this market every Friday night between like the hours of 10 and 10 or something like that, 10 at night till 10 in the morning. They've repealed it since on the grounds, what is all that about? But anyway, yeah, I don't know about, old days, kids up chimneys, that kind of stuff. With David Winter. Hello, mate. How you doing? He says, I'm watching new guitar videos, by the way. If you like guitars, David's got a channel out there. Just type in David Winter. He's kind of geezer rock, and he's a very, very good friend of mine. He's the nicest man I've ever met. Please check out his channel if you like guitars. He said, have some chips and sit on the beach. And Gary John Baker says, treat yourself to a stick of rock. And Gary John Baker still carries a map. Well, I did up until very recently. He made me smile for that. Cheers, bud. On the subject of Paul's dilemma, RK says, I can't be doing with lining up jobs. The difficulty we've got is if you want to make the money and if you haven't lined up a job, then you could be sitting there for an hour, 2 hours. And it's nice knowing that when you finish one job, you've got another job to go to. But then again, like it just gets very, very stressful when you think I'm supposed to be there in an hour, and I'm still an hour away in driving, and they haven't let me through the gate yet. Which is why I say all the way along, as long as you keep the shipper informed. When I line up jobs, I say, look, I'm going to be on this job first. I'm going to be doing this. Everything should be fine as long as you put them in the picture. And if something goes wrong, you ring them up and you go, I'm ever so sorry, but I said I was on that job first. I can't get in, or I mean, Al made a point, because he does a thing, because you can go on the loads on the computer, and he's booking jobs ahead of time. And he said, say for example, he booked one this week. He said I booked it was like, say, Milton Keynes to Leeds, and then it had a Manchester going down to Southend. But the difference between Leeds and Manchester, he was dropping in Leeds at 7. He didn't have to be at Manchester. The pickup wasn't till 9, so he had plenty of time to do it all. He said, but what happens if I put both of them in, and then the Milton Keynes to Leeds job cancels? Does that mean I've got to drive all the way up to Manchester to pick something up and take it down to Southend? And I think the answer is, when you book them, you tell them. You say, look, I'm booking a job going up there. This is my job coming home. If anything goes sideways, I'm going to let you know. You've got to cover your arse, because you don't want to be driving all the way up to Manchester. As it was, when he got to Manchester, they kept him waiting for 4 hours. He got 4 hours waiting time, and in the end, because they kept saying, we've got 2 pallets, we're waiting for the 3rd. And in the end, he said, I'm not sitting there any longer. And he drove home. So he did actually end up going from Manchester home, but he did get an extra 100 quid on the waiting time. So, not ideal, but is what it is. Right, miscellaneous. SJF. Different shippers ask for different ways to upload invoices. What do we do about this? I personally just do everything the same way. I send them, Gemma does now. We send them an electronic copy of the email, the invoice, and then we do them a hard copy of the invoice and attach the paper POD to it, because some of them just want electronic copies. Some of them just want paper copies. Some of them want both. Some of them require PODs. Some of them don't require PODs. And if you sit there trying to work out who knows what's going to go where, it takes you so long. I think you can put on your invoice, like they say, we only require this. You put in your invoice, do you? Well, what we do in our firm is this. So you hired me. You can put it on the CX notes. We do electronic invoices and send out hard copy invoices, belts and braces. This is our policy. And then you cover yourself, and then just do everybody the same. And as long as you do everything, you do the electronic one, and you do the paper one, and you send the PODs, no one can turn around and say, well, you didn't do this bit. It's like if between them all they require 12 things. If you do all 12 things, if one of only requires 2, you've still done them too. If that makes any sense. Stephen By, I think it says By, can't read me on there, right, as usual. He says, you have to be in a good area to join the CX. It helps, but you've got to bear in mind the CX, as far as I understand it, was created as a backload platform. So say, for example, you work in, let's say, Hunstanton. Nothing comes out of Hunstanton, but you're a courier driver in Hunstanton, and you've got regular work for a regular firm who make steel, and they want you to go here, there and everywhere because they've got jobs everywhere. So you're in Hunstanton, and every day you've got a job going that steel, but you're getting fed up because one day you might be taking steel to Blackpool, one day you might be taking to Brighton, and every day you're driving home empty. But then if you've got the CX, you get your regular customer taking the job out, and then you get your, I suppose it's kind of backload prices, which is why the jobs go for what they do, although sometimes some people want backload on backload. That's like when I worked on the market, and you would say, if you get 3 for a fiver, £2 or 3 for a fiver, and they would want it for £4, and I go, no, you don't get discount on discount. If you get discount on discount, I don't make any money. But that was kind of what it's designed for. Also, if you're in a bad area but you're prepared to tramp, well, you get your first job, and then you know who you're going to want. You might live in Hunstanton, but at the end of that day, you might end up in London, Leeds, Manchester, Edinburgh, anywhere. And also that if you really want to make it work, like we had a guy in Skegness, what you've got to do is get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, do the hour's worth of dead miles heading towards Peterborough, Cambridgeshire, Hunstanton, then get your first job. Yeah, you're right. There is absolutely no point if what you're going to do is you be in an area like somewhere down in Cornwall, getting on the CX and just going, well, there's nothing coming out of here. but not leaving, well, no, you're not going to get anything, are you? But there are ways around it, if you know what I mean. And you don't have to just rely solely on the CX. Go and go and do a bit of footwork. Go around some local industrial estates. Go and talk to people. Go, do you ever need vans coming out of here? You've got to make it happen. It's not, I keep saying all the way along, it ain't a magic wand. It's a tool. But you've got to use the tool, and you've got to use other tools as well to make it work. But you can make it work. I'm still making it work. I know across the board, I won't go into it. Some people are moaning, saying, I ain't getting no work, jobs are selling very, very cheap. And some people are going, I'm doing okay. No one's actually saying I'm doing fantastically. I'm not doing fantastically, but I'm doing okay. I hope you're all doing okay. Good luck. Right, whatever 900. Shippers never tell you what they're carrying. Yeah, I know it is a bit of a pain. It's nice if you've got a phone number. It's also, when you get in there, it's nice if you've got like a job reference, because they'll say to you, have you got a job reference number? And you go to the notes and you go, no. I normally just turn around and go, nope, they never tell me anything. Just drive here, pick it up and drive it. Then you've always got them on your side. You've got a bit of sympathy. And they know the score. When you turn around and you go, I had one geezer in a truck trying to get into, I can't remember the name, it was a Mini Clipper at some distribution hub, and the people in the office were fanning around trying to find the stuff for me. It was an ASOS delivery, and I was trying to get in. I had the ASOS delivery on board, but it's like, we're not going to let you in until we found it. And the guy in the truck, he's waiting to get in, and I said, sorry, mate. And he goes, well, ain't your fault. And it wasn't, as it turned out. Eventually, I managed to get. They worked out. I showed them the paperwork, which I had on my phone, and they went, "Oh, that's transport." Like, do you think? What do you think we do? Anyway, that's that. Mortosa, I'm sorry, mate. It's not I can't pronounce your name. It's because I can't write. Any experience of Courier Expert? There are a few out there. There's Courier Expert. There's Anyvan. There's you can join firms. There's Shipley. In my personal experience, and it is just my personal experience, from the point of view of jobs, CX has got the most, and also it's got the live updates. And I mean, I can't comment because I haven't used any of the others. I haven't had to. But from people that I speak to, they say pound for pound, you're better off with the CX. I ain't trying to plug it. I use it, you use it, use something else. If you know better, tell me otherwise, I'll pass it on. But no, I can't really comment because I've never used any of the others. It was only just $2,000 Tony got me into this, and that's what I've been doing ever since. I've really got to learn to write. Yeah, good question though. Sorry, mate. I scribble it down. I think, oh yeah, I'll be able to read that when I write. No, I can't. Who counts the boxes? It kind of depends. If it's easy, you count them. If you're specifically asked to count them, I had one job on the other day, and they said count the boxes because it varies every time. But fortunately, there were 3 pallets and they're all stacked, and you could go. You can do that thing like 6 up and 3 across. So that's 18 on one side, and there's 18 on the other side. So that's 36, and I've got 4 of them, 3 of them. So that's going to be 108. Yeah, 108, and then count the other ones. And I had like the right number. If it's like a shrink wrap pallet, Martin had a job this week, and it was a shrink wrap pallet of Superdrug, Return of Lacoste perfume. The pallet was full of Lacoste perfume. I dread to think how much it should be worth, but he said it was covered in dust and some of them had been opened, and he said I was a bit concerned. If it comes to you like that, the only thing you can do is take a photo when you're on site for collection. And if they can go, well, there's some missing, you go, well, that's and when it delivered, that's what it looked like when I picked it up, that's what it looked like when I delivered it. That's the only thing you can do to cover yourself. But normally, if there's something missing, you go, or they go, oh, there was supposed to be some extra rolls of underlay here. You go, well, that's what they gave me. So if you're missing some, I suggest you ring them and say they're missing some. And of course, obviously, if you decide to make it disappear, well, that's going to happen on 2 or 3 jobs, and people are going to get suspicious. I just ship it. I find it's just the easiest way. Richie Kavanagh, hey, one name I can read. I actually wrote it properly. Can you add a late payment fee to your invoices? Mate, it's your business. Oh, and can you add a fee for paper invoicing? It's your business, you can do what you like. You can turn around to them and say if they don't pay within 38 days, you can double it. You're then going to have to fight each one of these individual firms who are going to argue with you to the end of the world, try and get it. You'll probably end up making more work for yourself than just going with the flow, I would think. But mate, it's your business, you can do what you like. I wish you the best of luck. trying to turn around to shippers and going, yeah, you were supposed to pay me on the 30th, so now you're on interest. Good luck getting it out of them. But I genuinely mean that, good luck. But you can do what you like, it's your business. You know, you can say if they don't pay them in the first 30 days, you're going to come around and collect their house and take their children away. But you've got to enforce it, that's the problem. Is that David Clan? Dan Clan. Right, okay. What van to buy with 10k? Right. I always say the best van you can buy is a Luton with a curtain side and a tail lift. If you can get hold of them, they're difficult to get hold of, and I might have a personal preference for Mercedes. There is a video on it. If you scroll all the way down, there's a whole video on what van. So I mean, I get asked this question a lot, and I don't want to bore people that have heard it all the time. So just scroll down. There's a video on it. Ricky Amma, and also, where's the video about getting your own work? It's still there. It's about a month ago I did it, and it said it's entitled how to go about getting your own customers. Scroll down, about a month ago. Echo Logistics. Right, he wants to employ a casual driver. Should he pay him an hourly rate or buy the job? I would say if you've got a lot of work, I'd pay him an hourly rate or a week. If you know that you've got work for him all day, every day, I'd pay him a weekly wage. If you think he's going to be sitting there and you're going to be waiting for jobs to ping in, you may or may not have work for him, I would pay him on a job rate because otherwise you're going to be paying him a salary and he might not even be getting the jobs in to cover his own wages, and then eventually you're going to have to let him go, and that ain't going to do him or you any favours. But yeah, if you've got an awful lot of work, I'd employ them weekly. If you haven't got an awful lot of work, I'd pay them by the job. I could be wrong on this. I am clueless, as I've said before. You guys out there that are much more experienced, please pass it on and I will do the necessary. Eddie Robert, who went to the Isle of Wight, he said, the flexi ticket thing. He said, if you get a flexi ticket, it's an extra £2.50, and if you arrive early or you arrive late, they'll let you on. I think flexi tickets are definitely, if you can get them, definitely the way forward. I'm going to speed this up because I'm going on a bit here. Danny Richardson, how many hours do people drive in a day? Right. As under 3.5 tonnes, there are no regulations on what hours you drive. So if you decided you wanted to drive all day, every day, and never go to sleep, there's no tachos, there's nothing stopping you. The only thing is, if you have an accident and the police can prove that you've been driving, they recommend you take a break every 2 hours. I don't think that anyone recommends you drive more than 8-10 hours a day, maybe 11 hours a day at a push, or not for a long day. If you have an accident, and they can prove that you've been driving irresponsibly, if you like, not taking any rest, not taking any breaks, not taking any sleep, they can do you for it. And you can go down for that one. So it's not a matter of having to obey the rules of what hours you drive. It's just a matter of being sensible about it. I mean, I've done a whole day once when I was just come back off holiday, couldn't get my swing at things, and I was working, trying to get jobs, not doing so great. Got to 3 o'clock and I took a job to Glasgow. And it took me 7 hours to drive to Glasgow, just drove straight there. I stopped once to get fuel. But I was fine. I had my radio, I had my podcasts. I'm driving through Northumbria. I like Northumbria, it's pretty, it's green. And if I'd have felt tired, or if I'd have felt in any way, I'd have pulled over, had a coffee, had a kip, but as it was, I was fine. So you've just got to be responsible. That's the only thing. And finally, Aaron the Van Man, he's still using MIPS. I'm very pleased about this. He said, and it is a bit of a noise. He said, if I get to the road and the road is blocked, and I can't find one, I get the AA map comes out and he finds a way around it. Brilliant, well done you. I've only recently worked out with ways how to go road closed or road blocked. You go blocked and it finds you another way around it. But normally, sometimes I try and navigate it and keep going back to the same place. Very tedious. And finally, Chris Kerwin, hello mate. He said, Maps, I'm still using the stars. So there we go. Sunday's Q&A. Oh, there was one other thing. Danny Richardson said, does he think it's been harder to get jobs since I've been doing, he said, no offence, but since doing the YouTube channel? I don't know, but I might do a little video just to state my position on why I do it, because I've been rambling on a bit here. So anyway, that's it. I hope you're all well. I hope things are springing up to life. There's nothing else warm and lighter. I keep saying it. But yeah, I hope you're all cool and enjoy your day. Take care, take money.